He's going to get us underway. A lot of pressure on Josh Rourke's shoulders tonight. Coming in for Max Jowett, the talismanic fullback for Wakefield Trinity, who is out injured. 5 changes, as I said, to the side for Wakefield Trinity after that win in the Challenge Cup against Huddersfield at the weekend. So it came at something of a cost.
Is that on the pitch, mate, or is
but
that
further showing of how Wakefield are improving week on week as we go into this Super League season. And really looking forward to this one, Kev.
Yeah, and Josh Rourke is a great example of resilience and persistence. You know, he was playing in the League One and the Championship, and then with London in the Championship, and now he gets the chance to play on the big stage. And let's hope there's fireworks on the field. Now we've had the fireworks off the field.
Fireworks will no doubt be provided by Liam Knight, but look at that defending from Wakefield straight away. 4 men in the tackle there, pushing him all the way back to his own 10-metre line as Hull try and come forward, no doubt full of a huge amount of confidence after that absolutely incredible win against Wigan in the Challenge Cup. I don't think anybody saw that one coming.
No, and it was all the second half. The first half they were pretty average, but the second half it was probably the best I've seen Hull FC play in 10 years. And the way they played, they moved the ball, Fraser, so I'm interested to see how they start the game. I'm sure there'll be a feeling out period, but then they'll get back to moving the ball.
Jordan Lane bringing it up to the 40-metre line before Amir Burra, one of the many signings in the Hull side that was made over the course of the winter. Will no doubt feel that he's got a real opportunity to prove himself after not really getting too many opportunities at Salford, and straight into the hands of Oliver Pratt for a first test of the ball for him. Mason Lino waiting in behind at dummy half as it's spun out down the left flank for Wakefield to have their first real drive in possession.
Move on the mark, Tom.
Really looking forward to the battle at the outside backs. Johnson and the man from last week who picked up the hat-trick, Lewis Martin, some cracking finishers.
Harvey Barron injured for Hull FC tonight, so he's the only change as far as that team is concerned. But Logan Moy slotting in at full-back. He was very impressive last season, a breakthrough for him. The youngster played many games and came up with some great performances, which means that Rapana is out on the wing. And first taste of the ball there as Rapana drops it, and then Wakefield managed to push forward into the in-goal area for Hull FC, and they'll be really buoyed by that kick and chase.
They will, and they brought the home crowd, the sellout crowd tonight, again on the backs of the Hull FC team already. But without Jake Truman tonight, there's a lot of pressure on the scrum half, Ollie Russell, off-season recruit from the Huddersfield Giants. And he put a towering kick up there, a fantastic kick. There's already a bit of trouble, is it, Tom Briscoe?
It's Cade Cust. It's Cade Cust who's taken a whack as he was shoved back there, and he's holding his back in a lot of trouble by the looks of things.
That's one thing you get when you play a Darryl Powell side. You get variety of attack, but then you get a kick chase that scream after the ball, and there was 3 men all chasing after that. And Cade Cust has been the unfortunate man who's struggling.
He's up on his feet, though, fortunately, as far as Hull are concerned, but they might get possession back again here. Wakefield, did that ball go 10 metres, though?
Before it's gone 10, so it's
Lewis Martin jumped inside the 10-metre and got it, so it's a penalty in front of the sticks.
Well, Wakefield in a prime position here in very early time.
Mike Meakin's putting his big 2 fingers up, saying we're going to take the 2 points. And I think it's the correct decision early on in the game. They've got the reward for a good kick chase in front of the post. I expect this. It's bread and butter for Ollie Russell or Mason Lino.
It's Mason Lino who took a couple of kicks in the game against Huddersfield. So it is him who has the kicking duties tonight by the looks of things, although we did see Ollie Russell in the warm-up with the kicking tee as well, so that's another option. But
you'd expect there.
Lino at this stage, though, from this position, well, you'd pretty much bet your mortgage on him putting this one over. Mason Lino then with the opportunity to give Wakefield Trinity an early lead in this game, taking his time and strokes it over. And the flags go up, and Wakefield Trinity 2-0 to the good.
Yeah, and that all comes off a great kick and a great chase. When you front load your energy like that and you just get your effort right at the start of the game, that's the byproduct you can have. A couple of early points. It's an issue still for Kane Cust.
Just having a look at him, and he's been having some treatment. It looks like he's got some kind of bandaging or strapping going on around his midriff. He was clearly unhappy in terms of feeling some pain in his back as he was shoved back there.
It looks like he's really struggling. I expect them to send some traffic his way. He's standing in the centre position at the moment, and that's where they're going. So
could we end up seeing another shuffle for Hull FC as Josh Griffin gets his first real taste of the ball, pushing his way forward. That's a lovely bit of smart play, as you say. Oliver Russell bringing it forward. Wakefield on the halfway line and wanting to move in here as quick as they possibly can and punish any sort of dilly-dallying by the Hull defence as Mason Lino brings it inside the 40. And they're under real pressure here early doors, Hull FC.
They're under massive pressure, and Kane Cust is in a world of pain. They've done a real good job on it, and I expect them, to keep looking and probably kick that side as well, which they are going to do.
Hood out wide to Russell. And a kick into the corner, and looking again to put Rapana under more pressure, having spilled the ball earlier on. This time he manages to take hold of it reasonably well there, as Hardacre goes down under the tackle. But there you can probably just see at the top of your picture Kane Cust getting some painkillers on because he's in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, it's a real tough one when you get spasm in your back. It lasts for a couple of days, and at the start of the game it's the last thing you want after a long bus journey.
Lewis Martin, the hat-trick hero, getting hold of the ball there, and a first real taste of it from Herman Esse, who's been in absolutely sensational form for Hull so far this season. He loves an offload as well, as this one is hoisted forward. First real kick for Aidan Caesar, testing out the Wakefield back line.
Really feeling each other out, the two sets of forwards, but I just like what Wakefield are doing. They're just moving the ball to an edge and then coming back with the forwards, but using them as shape and foils and dummy runners. It's real smart play from Darryl Powell and his coaching team.
Corey Hall with the run for Wakefield as Liam Hood waits just behind him. Down the line it goes for Wakefield. Lino with a long pass looping out wide to the right-hand side. We've got men in possession here with Cameron Scott. And one or two boos ringing out from the Hull faithful just below us at Cameron Scott playing against his old side. Offload nicely. Came out from Pitts to find McMeekin. Hood now wide to Lino again. Men over on the right-hand side. Lovely kick towards the corner. They're flying straight at it. Oliver Pratt was first to try and react, and they've tackled well, very close to the Hull line there, Wakefield.
Yeah, I thought it was a real smart play, and that smart play picking Tom Briscoe up and driving him back. But Oliver Pratt, he could have been forgiven for going into Lewis Martin there, but he held his nerve, and this is what they've got from the result of it. The third tackle still in the 10.
Lewis Martin it was who was the hat-trick hero against Wigan last week, but certainly having to play well within his own half in these opening stages, as Esse goes bouncing off the tackle there.
He's almost undefendable, isn't he, at times, Herman Esse. He was hit with everything there and just bounced off it. Another player who was terrific last week.
This is a lovely run from Johnstone. Johnstone rampaging through the Hull defence. Eventually they bring him down. There's a lovely return as Hood gets it wide out to the left-hand side. Griffin again. Wakefield very much with the wind in their sails at the moment as McMeekin brings it to within 20 metres of the Hull line. Hood waits, he goes wide to his right-hand side. It's a lovely offload again. This time Johnstone is brought down just short, down to the right-hand side. This will be Croft. Croft will go over. Jack Croft from close range. He found the space, he went for it, and there was no stopping him there. Referee blows the whistle, and Jack Croft has opened the scoring for Wakefield Trinity.
Yeah, and you've got to say they deserve it, Fraser, the way that they've been playing. Johnstone comes back with a kick return and opens them up, and Liam Hood, a real smart hooker, just gets out from dummy half and puts Jack Croft through. Just watch the kick return, picks the ball up, John Stone, and just goes straight through a laboured Hull FC defence. And he had the patience just to get down on the floor, and then Liam Hood shows it to his left, gets out to his right, and just folds Jack Croft over for the first try of the game. Beautiful bit of deception there by Liam Hood, just to draw in Aidan Caesar, the number 7 for the Black and Whites. And Ed Chamberlain just wasn't able to follow him in and keep that connection. Fantastic start from the Trinity.
Jack Croft's second try of the Super League season. And real good work from him. He's having a terrific season so far. He's appeared in all 6 games for Wakefield, 5 of those at second row. And his second try of the new campaign. Mason Lino now with the chance to add a little extra. And who would have thought at this stage, with just coming up for 10 minutes, that Wakefield will be in this position?
Yeah, well, I think all the Wakefield fans were hoping so, but don't be too disheartened if you're a Hull FC fan, because this was very similar to what happened at the Brick Community Stadium last week, and we all know what happened at the end of the game.
Lino strikes it well, right between the posts. 2 from 2 for him. And Wakefield take an 8-0 lead.
Yeah, we asked for fireworks, and we've had them with and without the ball, but it's been all Wakefield so far. The kicking game's been brilliant, a couple of repeat sets, and then real smart play from Liam Hood, player who's been around a long, long time. You can see what it means to him.
Terrific work from Wakefield, and it's Hull who will get us back up again, off and running with a straight ball in towards Rourke, and then Wakefield bringing it forward in through the middle. There's Caleb Hamlin-Welly there, who was just tackled. So you were watching that game at Wigan as Hull came away with the victory. We'll go into that in a minute or two, I'm sure, but at the moment Wakefield still attacking on the left flank with Tom Johnstone. Corey Hall brings it back into the middle for what's Cade Cuss, do you think maybe might be on his way out here?
Yeah, he's gone. He's left the field after the try. I'm looking for him, and it looks like Tom Briscoe's flipped over to the right-hand side. Cartwright's in there, and I think Zach Hardaker may even be playing as a pivot now.
Ed Chamberlain is the man who's come on, but Wakefield are in again. A high kick into the corner, and terrific work from the home side. And Josh Rourke flying in the corner. But the referee wants to have another look at this one. He's handing it over to the video referee, and we'll hear for the first time from Liam Rush.
Okay, it's tackle 5. We have on-field decision of try. So we're checking the kick chase first. So we can see here there's players in the middle, including McMeekin and Josh Rourke. So if we play it on from this point, Liam Hood also, all the players to the left are okay. And Josh Rourke then catches the ball. So we know he's involved and there's somebody waiting for the ball. If we pause it on the foot here, he needs both feet behind the ball, which he does not do. So Josh Rourke is offside. I've made my decision.
Make sure we get the right mark here.
So, pretty easy decision in the end for the video referee. Josh Rourke caught everybody out, including us, to be honest. And pinched that one, but he was offside, just a yard or so.
Yeah, and he'd be disappointed with that because he did all the hard work to get an extra foot behind Ollie Russell. You know, that's what he did a lot of times. He's very good aerially. He made that look really easy, but he will be disappointed. And it's a bit of a reprieve for the Black and Whites. Instead of being stood under the post, 14-0 down, they get a penalty. And finally get to have a raiding the Wakefield Trinity half themselves.
They've barely been in the Wakefield half so far.
Are you good here, mate?
With what, 12 minutes on the clock now.
Griff, go get. Hold it, Josh.
But at the moment, Wakefield will have to do a little bit of defending, which they've done doggedly so far. As Hardacre finds Liam Knight, one of the players who's come in for Hull this afternoon, with Jack Ashworth dropping on to the bench.
Go one.
Down the line with Herman SASA, who is a wrecking ball of a player.
All the way, Jack.
I certainly would not fancy having to face him as a defender, that's for sure. Aidan Caesar, short ball in towards John Asiata, who's another one
Yeah,
you wouldn't want to get in the way of.
Who would you like to get in the way of, Fraser?
I'd probably take you on, Kev, but that'd be about it.
I'm 40 years old.
I'm a fair way in front of you from there.
Go, Caleb.
Never mind. Logan Moy, though, who is at the opposite end of the scale.
Every time he carries the ball, SASA is a real handful, even to get to the floor.
Yeah, you got him as well.
Borough waits for it from SASA, and a chance for Hull to really try and do some damage now. The high kick ball from Aidan Caesar, and that's well taken by Josh Rourke.
He started the game in terrific fashion, Josh Rourke.
Corey Hall now for Wakefield. Oof, big challenge goes in there. Came in from Jordan Rapana. But Wakefield will recycle and restart. Griffin stealing an extra couple of yards. I remember doing commentary on London's game against Hull at Magic Weekend last year, and Josh Rourke had come in for that game, and he absolutely controlled the match. He scored 2 tries, ran Hull FC absolutely ragged on that particular occasion. So as much as there might have been some consternation about the fact that Jowett is missing, Josh Rourke is ready-made to fill in.
Yeah, I'm sure Daryl Powell was looking for opportunities to get him in this team, and have a look at him. And from what we've seen already, bright sparks. Looking at Hull FC, you know, we mentioned Aidan Caesar in the build-up. He's got a mountain of a job on tonight, without Cade Cust at the side of him. Only one regular half-back in the team now. He's got to carry this team, and the burden of all the control, all the creativity on his own shoulders.
Briscoe brought down. Borough goes away to his left, and Lewis Martin to the halfway line. Certainly not having the run of things in this game in these early stages. The pass goes wide from Asiata, and Rapana did well there at the second attempt to keep hold of the ball. They just need to get a bit of time on the ball and settle down a bit here, Hull, don't they?
Yeah, and they will do with Caesar. He just gets a nice short lead for Ed Chamberlain. It looks like Jordan Rapana's gone to the half-back position, and he'll play like a second full-back with Logan Moy. I expect Aidan Caesar to get his hands on the ball much more than he usually does.
Ed Chamberlain, of course, another hugely experienced player, and will add another different dimension to Hull FC's play.
Oh, yeah, very experienced, real tough centre, good defensive centre.
Wakefield on the attack again, but only midway through their own half here, as Hood gets a bit of attention from Asiata. As picks away to his left-hand side.
Move all the way, Herman. That's better. No, you did it.
Linwelly was the man in the tackle, as another one is hoisted high into the corner. And another tester this time, well taken by Logan Moy. Tried a bit of a shimmy.
Yeah, there was no shimmy fooling Liam Hood there. That was like a brick wall. Great kick chase. We've got into a right arm wrestle now. Hull FC have just calmed down. Again, an even share of possession and territory.
Trying to push their way through Hull FC. So down in the challenge goes Tom Briscoe. Being asked to shuffle around a little bit after the changes of Cade Cust having gone off with that injury. As Jed Cartwright gets tackled. Once again, SASA takes 2 big guys to bring him down the halfway line. Rapana.
It's a tough one. Spiraling
asking
away.
a lot, yeah. And he's just caught his finger there, Tom Johnstone, as well.
I think he almost gave himself up there, Johnstone. The ball, for me, looked like it went backwards, but he looked at the referee, he almost gives himself away, and the referee goes, OK, if you think it's a knock-on, I agree with you. But the kick from Rapana, inside spiral, drifting away, he said before, very missed there. He dislocated his finger as well.
And we've seen that happen on many an occasion, haven't we? Where players have ended up just grabbing hold of that finger and just pulling it back in.
Yeah. Crazy rugby players. But this is a superb position now, probably the most dangerous position on the field to have a scrum. 10 metres out, smack bang in the middle. They've split 3 on 3.
Opportunity knocks then for Hull FC as they push their way forward. Borough waits at dummy half, waiting to receive it from Chamberlain. Asiata with a quick handoff towards Liam Knight, who's still a few metres away from the line, but they've got plenty of tackles in the back here. As Borough away to Asiata once more. Caesar, high ball over the top, looking for the win, which is Tom Briscoe. But Briscoe runs into another white brick wall. Rapana gets it away towards Asiata. Short pass towards Caesar. Long one this time, it's too long. And now Lewis Martin has to take the tackle. Further away now, Hull FC. SASA still going. Will fancy the offload, I'm sure. He's having a look for it, but it's not coming. Borough in towards the right-hand side, and then Caesar knocked off the ball, Aidan Caesar. And Wakefield could see a loose pass going there, and they went hunting.
Yeah, and that's the danger when you've only got one recognised halfback. Wow, fireworks.
Well, we thought this might be a bit of a fiery encounter. Jed Cartwright it was who went in with the tackle there.
And that's what you want when your halfback gets hit, and he got a bit of a verbal after it from Liam Hood. Well, Jed Cartwright said, well, if you're going to do that to my halfback, I'm going to give you one back. Brilliant play from the Hull FC forwards.
Neither side giving an inch. This is exactly what we wanted and exactly what we hoped for as Cameron Scott goes down in the challenge. Both sides really ready to step up and give it everything they can as Caleb Hamlin-Welly goes down in the challenge, and he's taken a bit of a whack as well before Ollie Russell smashes this one. It takes a bit of a deflection there and a bit of an odd bounce. Lewis Martin picking up the loose ball.
Yeah, there's been a couple of people flying out the line. Mike McMeekin on SASA in the last set, and then I think about 4 or 5. They'll be disappointed with that. Too quick off the line.
I've won you a few times and Liam's off. I've won Jack Croft and I've won Mike.
John Asiata.
I've won you
recognised as a ball playing loose forward, but his ball playing ability becomes even more important now. We've seen Aidan Caesar get picked off, and on that occasion he kicks to touch, and they'll be looking to have that link play with Asiata and SASA, but Caesar's going to float left and right in this set, I'm sure.
Well, it's boiling up into the sort of game we hoped it would be. Neither side giving an inch. It's Knights, Caesar, and on a half tackle went in there on Asiata before they got him at the second attempt. SASA.
Stands again,
3 men
so
again.
hard to put down.
It's huge.
It's like a little victory when you get him down on the floor. So strong through the legs.
Caesar, and that was a high one around the chops there. Aidan Caesar, and the referee didn't see it, or at least decided that it wasn't that problematic. It certainly looked as though it was a bit of a difficult one for Aidan Caesar. Meanwhile, SASA, thanks for the offload. There he goes. He loves an offload. Logan Moy now picking up the scraps. Borough just over 10 metres short of the Wakefield line now, Hull FC. Aidan Caesar hoists this one, looking for the corner again. Hardaker goes up for it. But once again, they've done well there. This time it is John Stone who picks up the loose ball, and this time doesn't drop it.
Yeah, I'll dislocate his finger. He's redeemed himself there, and that was probably a more difficult catch under pressure. This game really heating up. Oh, that's a great carry. And offload.
Superb work. Wakefield away here with Liam Hood to the 40-metre line. They want it played quickly. They want to streak away here. as Josh Rock, who's come into the line, is brought down on the halfway line. Liam Hood quickly again. Wakefield really pushing it forward here through McMeekin as Russell gets the kick away, putting the Hull FC defence under pressure again. That's a great take from Logan Moy.
Yeah, really good set there. Renoffer Tony coming off the bench with his first carry. Really hard and direct, and then finds an offload. But once again, one area that they won't be happy with at the moment, the Trinity side, is the discipline, especially early in the sets. Just relieving the pressure so easy. In the middle of the field, Liam Hood just getting patched up. He's got a split. Matty Crowther on there.
Just stay ready, stay behind, boys.
That's a correct call.
Hands in there from Ollie Russell, I think it was. And that is one area that Wakefield are aware that they maybe need to tighten up on. That's something Darryl Powell has talked about in terms of some of the discipline when they've been in those sorts of situations. But you certainly can't take away anything from them as far as tenacity is concerned. They really have been at it from the word go.
Yeah, definitely. I think he'll be happy with the... Well, it won't be happy, but he'll be able to live with the penalties when they're flying off the line, trying to, you know, dish out some pain, but not putting your arm in at the rope. Cheap penalty.
SASA then rolls it back towards Borough, and then down the left flank they go once more with Aidan Caesar. Caesar trying to push his own way through to the corner. Chamberlain waits. He's got Martin away to his left, but just about everybody else is away to his right. And he's gone for Jordan Lane. Lane just a couple of metres short. Setting the platform here now for Hull FC as Borough goes to his right-hand side. A little off-road, it was too much, but he's holding on to the ball. Herman SASA, what a try! A juggling act from Herman SASA. How on earth he managed to keep hold of it, I have no idea. But he's got the ball down on the ground. The referee on field says try, but we'll go again to the video referee, Liam Rush.
I'm not sure, mate.
Okay, it's tackle 5. The on-field decision is try. So we're just checking that SASA remains in possession. So the ball comes away from him here. We need to make sure that it doesn't hit a Wakefield player. So we can play it through at this point. So although the ball comes away from him initially, we need to establish whether he catches, holds and re-grips. So we'll see if we can get a better camera angle to show. So the ball's away from him at that point. So we need to establish whether he catches, holds and re-grips before the Wakefield player comes into contact with him. Okay, so this angle will help us. So we can clearly see there is a catch, hold and re-grip in the right hand. We'll just check it through on this angle. So we know that after the ball comes away, he then catch, holds and re-grips in his right arm. So we can play on at this point. We'll still play on here, check the grounding. And the ball is grounded. I've made my decision.
That was a brilliant piece of juggling from Herman SASA, and relief all round that didn't make contact with a Wakefield player before he got it down. Superb stuff from the big fella.
Superb stuff from the big fellas. I think John Asiata just bringing him and changing the direction and changing the angle of his run just exposed a couple of defenders for the Wakefield side. We see on the replay, Asiata gets it and drifts out, and it looked like he drops it, but then over 3 tackle busts, Mason Lino didn't stand a chance. An absolute raging bull coming straight at him. No thank you, Fraser.
He's bounced off 3 there as he's gone through.
Well, he's bounced off 3 while he's juggling the ball. That's how big and strong he is, and he's had a cracking start. And he was like this for the massive periods in the game last week.
He was sensational against Wigan, it's fair to say. And I mentioned the offload a little earlier, he actually headed the offload charts 11 after the 4 rounds of Super League coming into this game. So he can add another one from a little bit earlier on, but it is such a weapon he has in his arsenal when he's tying up defenders time and time again, and then can manage to offload a ball out to the back. Logan Moy picked it up there a little earlier, but that's a real weapon that he'll have in their arsenal.
Oh, a real weapon, and they're like truck and trailer at the moment, John Asiata and Herman SASA. They're doing everything in pairs, and I think the addition of John Asiata has just took the level of Herman SASA's game through the roof. Looks like one of the most powerful prop forwards in the competition at the moment.
So we are within 2 points of each other as far as these two teams are concerned, with just over 20 minutes played in this game. We thought it was going to be tight. Wakefield, however, racing out of the traps. Hull having settled very much back in it now and in possession, pushing their way through the middle. And here he is, the try scorer, Herman SASA. And look at the 3 of them there trying to bring him down.
It's meters after contact, isn't it? When he gets hit by Mike McMeekin, most people stay it. He just reversed about another 10 metres there for his team.
Terrific asset for the black and whites, as is this fella as well. John Asiata had several fantastically successful seasons at Lee. A lot of eyebrows were raised when it was revealed that he was coming up the M62 to Hull FC. Wakefield now doing some attacking of their own. It's Mason Lino gets it out in through to the middle for Cam Scott there.
Yeah, the Wakefield forwards just feeling the pinch a little bit. Smart play from the outside backs, just giving them a bit of a breather. Now they take over again. Good strong carry through the middle of the field.
It's just a little bit of a lull in the crowd as well now, after Hull hit back. So Wakefield now trying to recapture that momentum that they had, as Mason Lino will take the kick here. Big high kick, and Rourke is going chasing after it again, and he's done well. He's pinched the pocket and kept it in play. Terrific work from Josh Rourke, but now the Hull FC defence pull him out.
I was saying the ball went back off Hull FC. That's great defence by Hull FC. Would have been a set again. Another 6 tackles. Great determination.
We saw 2 terrific pieces of play there. Firstly, the picking of the pocket there from Rourke, who was so alive to making sure that there were any scraps, and then Hull's response to that.
It's smart play from Logan Moy. He makes the error, but the referee's correct. It does go backwards, and he was involved in both tackles. To get underneath the ball, to pick Oliver Pratt up and push him back.
Here they go again. Lewis Martin this time being shoved back by the Wakefield defence, and an attempt there to try and steal the ball in the middle, but Rapana has come away with it either way. And Hull have a chance here with a bit of exposed ground over on the far side to try and gain some more metres.
Liam Watt comes in for his second debut. The crowd will like that one.
Hardacre offloading it. And Jack Ashworth has come on as a substitute as well, as Moy heads it out from Asiata, and here is the aforementioned Watts. Caesar with a kick. Another tester for Josh Rourke, but once again he's equal to it, and then gets paid some interest by Asiata and also Jake Cartwright.
He's getting deeper and deeper now, Aidan Caesar. They're putting him under a massive amount of pressure when he's kicking the ball, because he is a beacon. This will be a relieving penalty. The crowd are really happy with that one.
So the relief comes in the shape of a penalty for Wakefield. Griffin just been held on to a little bit too long. Lino gets us back underway.
These are always the areas. Whenever you play against a Darryl Powell side, you expect the unexpected. You won't just die wondering in this set. We've been on the training ground this week, looking to expose this Hull FC defence.
Wakefield in possession with Jay Pitts. 30 metres from the Hull line. And Hood does well. Managing to find Antony. Hood again. Way to the left-hand side. Lino. Quick hands again from Wakefield into Corey Hall. Corey Hall running up against the corner. Can he stay in? No, he can't. And the Hull FC defenders this time are the ones who are successful.
Well, it was a beautiful play by Lino and Russell to get Corey Hall some space. But then I think it was Cartwright and that man Logan Moy again underneath the ball. Just gets under his armpits, holds him up. You can see him coming in and just drives his legs into touch. Beautiful defence.
Zach Hardacre involved as well, using all his experience from so many years in Super League alongside the youngster Logan Moy. And you could see the way they were celebrating afterwards, how much it meant to them.
An absolute competitor in Zach Hardacre. When he was a fullback at Wigan, I thought he was the best defensive fullback in the game. And he's transferred that skill set into the centres.
Ashworth managing to stay on his feet just that little bit longer. Borough. Cartwright, and then Rapana, and now Briscoe. Briscoe gets shoved back once more. It really has been nip and tuck, hasn't it? Apart from that early stage where Wakefield were firmly on top as ball gets dropped there by Amir Borough. And that's a mistake which will put his side under a little bit of pressure with only a few minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, another opportunity. The last occasion they looked like they were going to benefit from some creative play from the half-backs. I'm sure they'll go back there. I'd like to see Cameron Scott get some ball. He looks in great shape. He looks like he's put a bit of size on.
He was a big lad already.
Yeah, he was.
Beforehand,
very good for FC.
Lino. And here is Cameron Scott, and he's been pushed out again. And despite the size that he may have put on, the side in black were dragging him out there.
And it's a great look. It doesn't matter how big you are, if the 6 bodies invest that much energy. And you can see what it means to them. They're really committed for the badge this year. 3 men get in, 4, 5, 6, and drag him over to the line.
And this is a really interesting point compared to how Hull FC were last year and all the problems that they had. It looks like there's been a real change of culture at that club. Where do you think that's come from?
Oh, well, it's come from the coach, clearly. That I think the coach is the one who's, you know, demands effort and energy. But I think Richie Myler and Andrew Turkle deserve a big amount of credit as well for the recruitment, the investment in the club. The fans are responding well.
And we saw it last week against Wigan when they went behind with, what, 15, 20 minutes to go. In a game like that previously, you would have seen the heads drop and they would have ended up being run over, but that wasn't the case.
Yeah, they just look like a very close-knit group now, don't they? And that always helps when you're winning and winning big like they did last week.
And managing to keep hold of it here under real pressure there, Jordan Lane. Like he might drop the ball, but Borough gets it away to Asiata, then Caesar, and now Rapana over the halfway line, fending them off well here. Rapana, it's a lovely ball. Sending it away from Ed Chamberlain. This is the last one. So out comes Caesar for the kick.
Again, 2 men. McMeekin sprinting after Caesar. Just means that the kick chase is all in front. They can't put pressure on the rock. He looks really competent in the air.
Well, so far, hope it's not the commentator's curse, he hasn't put a foot wrong. Josh Rourke.
The only thing he'd be disappointed with is he was being offside before. He could have stretched the lead.
So another substitution as Harvey Smith comes on for Liam Hood for Wakefield.
A very impressive youngster, come through the academy, Harvey Smith. The one who came through with Oliver Pratt. Very talented hooker.
We're away here again. Here Wakefield. The whistle has gone.
Jay Pitts has been absolutely belted by Ashworth in back play. Aaron Moore has spotted it and gives a penalty.
Hopefully we might see a replay of that in a second or two, but you were eagle-eyed enough to spot that one, Kev. There we go.
Yeah, there wasn't much in it. It was a bit of a shoulder charge, but when you're passing the ball, you relax. It was a great line by Josh Griffin. It's an important tackle as well by Liam Watts, but he's got a boot in the face. Now he's down getting repairs.
It is one of those games, though, isn't it, where you need about 5 different pairs of eyes to have a clue of what's actually going on in this game, because it's all happening all over the place.
Yeah, the defence is tough. There's been people thrown into touch. Been a lot of movement with the ball.
Thanks, mate. Stay behind, boys.
See on the wide angle, it's just a shoulder charge on Pitts. Give him a bit of whiplash. I feel that in the morning.
On you, Mason.
Mason Lino then. So they're going to start it again and kicking this one into touch.
Timing, mate. Back up.
Corey Hall then
Extra step, Jed.
with a quick touch. And Wakefield driving forward, deep inside Hull territory. Jay Pitts gets back to his feet, complaining to the referee that he was being held back there. As Ranu Fantoni steals an extra couple of metres. Harvey Smith waits behind him. First real touch for him. So Wakefield get it out to the left-hand side, but that's good defending again.
Yeah, Hardacre and Rapana being real aggressive and shutting it down. A smart player.
Pitts almost to the 10. Not much time left in this first half. Smith goes to his left-hand side. It'll roll away.
Big hit by Liam Watts.
It was lovely work. Russell goes for the kick to the corner. Has he gone too far? Very slightly, and then it's the ball is let go there. A turnover anyhow.
Yeah, and again, that's great scramble. It's Logan Moy scrambling and diving on the ball. Tom Johnstone got up there and caught the ball, tried to offload it. I think Hull FC will be happy if they can get through to half-time. Only 2 points behind, because the start of the game was horrific. Went behind 8-0 and lost. Standoff, cussed.
It's turned into more of an arm wrestle now, hasn't it? And the two sides happy to batter each other through the middles. Moy from dummy half as Caesar smashes this one, splits the two men at the back. For it is quickly picked up by Oliver Pratt.
Yeah, usual centre. Tonight he's playing on the wing with a return of Cam Scott.
Scott it is who's tackled here before Smith gets it out to Corey Hall. There's a big hit on Corey Hall. Oh!
Hardacre and Rapana again.
Wow. And Corey Hall, to his credit, is up on his feet and running. We have seen a few big hits and some lovely offloads, and Harvey Smith is away here. This is a lovely work from Harvey Smith. In through the middle, he needs some support. And eventually comes, but it's too late as he takes the tackle. Wakefield with an opportunity now if they can keep that momentum going. Russell going for the corner, going for the kick, over the top of everybody. Johnstone! Tom Johnstone thinks he's scored, but the referee isn't entirely sure.
We've got no try.
He's giving it as no try.
Just checking onside, offside from the kick.
There's only one man who can decide, and that is the video referee, Liam Rush.
We've got no try on offside, Cam. No try on offside. Yeah, no try.
Okay, it's tackle 5. We've got on-field decision of no try for offside from the kick. So we're going to pause it on the foot here. He needs to have both feet behind the ball. We get to the frame where the ball leaves the foot. So he needs both feet behind the ball, and you can clearly see there that his left foot is in front of the ball at the point of the kick. Thank you, I've made my decision.
Well, a second time
Get them out from the boys.
that Wakefield have kicked to the corner. The second time they've had the ball down, and the second time that it's been given as no try because the runner is just too quick.
Just here, mate.
He's quick enough to get there if he's onside. Both tries,
15.
I believe, they'd have both scored if they're onside.
Got to play the penalty.
It's a beautiful kick and great vision. It matches the execution by Ollie Russell.
Okay, Aaron.
But Renner Fatone, he's having a field day at the minute with his offloads. Harvey Smith went right through the middle of them. But they'll be really disappointed with that, Fraser. They didn't convert that chance into points. He just looked, and he's almost trotted on the spot. He gets up and he would have got there if he stays onside. They'll be disappointed with that.
Well, there goes the half-time hooter, and it's a case of what could have been, really, as far as Wakefield are concerned. 2 disallowed tries for offside. They should be a lot further in front, but as things stand, they are not. Hull FC still very much in this game. It's been a cracker of a first half.
It's been an absolute cracker, and at the start of the game it looked like Hull FC were going to get blown away, but we know what type of character this side's got. They fought back. I think the positional changes just rattled them a little bit, but once they got used to that, they looked very competent with and without the ball and made a real good fist of the last 20 minutes of the half, and they'll be happy that they go in without conceding the try at the end. For Wakefield, you know, a lot of it is very, very nearly perfect. If they stay on side of the kicks, I think that'll be the first message. Get the discipline sorted and they'll be fine.
It's been a cracker of a first half. We've seen a try each. We've also seen a couple of conversions as well, but it's been smashing action, it really has, and that man's been smashing his way through defences. Wakefield have had 2 chalked off. Should be a cracker for the second half. Join us soon. Welcome back. Plenty of action coming up over the course of the weekend. The second round of the Formula One season. Back-to-back Grand Prix as we have China this weekend. The sprint race taking place tomorrow with Lewis Hamilton in the Ferrari on pole position, 2:25 a.m. in the morning. Then, of course, qualifying for the main event itself. And then on Sunday, the main race from 5:30 a.m. Plenty of action coming up in the Women's Super League as well, with 3 fixtures across the course of the weekend. Arsenal versus Liverpool tomorrow, and then on Sunday a double-header with West Ham versus Tottenham and Aston Villa versus Manchester United. Here at the DIY Kitchens Stadium, it is the home side who are leading by just 2 points, 8-6 at the break of try apiece. 2 goals from Mason Lino, but Wakefield Trinity really should be a lot further in front, having had 2 tries disallowed. But Kevin Brown, as we expected, nip and tuck all the way. It's been exciting stuff, hasn't it?
It's been very exciting. I think the loss of Kate Cust early on has really affected Hull FC, but they've stood up remarkably well. Defensively, they've shown that grit that got them home last week. And Wakefield, you know, you've got to feel sorry for them that, you know, there's a couple of times, and this has been a real threat. They kick the ball up and Jordan Rapana just can't keep hold of the ball. And off the back of that error, you see Kay Cust goes down. He gets probably a knee off Josh Griffin in the back, and he has to leave the field from that. The resulting dropout didn't go 10 metres. Lewis Martin couldn't resist catching the ball. And Mason Lino had the really easy job of slotting over the first points of the game. That made it 2-0 to the Trinity side. And then it got better after this. The big fella, he gets up and down quick. And then Liam Hood it is, he shows it to the left and just folds Jack Croft beautifully through the line. We get a better angle. You just see Aidan Caesar biting, and Ed Chamberlain can't follow him in. And Jack Croft making that back row spot his own. But for me, the try of the game, the big fella, straight through 3 blokes, still catching the ball, but that doesn't put him off. Juggle, bounce, bounce, wallop, try. Beautiful bit of play there from Herman Essa. He's been a star of the show. And then Harvey Smith, he comes off the bench and shows a clean pair of heels. And at this moment, the black and whites are in all sorts. Oliver Russell gets the ball off his half-back partner, Lino, sums it up beautifully well with a great vision and execution. And at this moment, Johnston, once he goes up in the air, there's only one man coming down with it. But unfortunately for Tom Johnstone and the rest of his teammates, he was offside. And that was the second occasion, Fraser, in the match in the first half that they've given points away for being a step too eager.
Juggle, juggle, bounce, bounce, wallop, try. Love it. That is the kind of thing I am here for with Kev Brown. Absolutely superb stuff. But you're absolutely right. It was terrific stuff. But Wakefield will be kicking themselves for not being a lot further in front as we have a look at the stats for the first half.
Yeah, Hull FC have had a lot of ball. You know, they've not been as risk-taking as they probably were last week, and probably as Wakefield, but that's personnel. What they have got is a group of committed men and a group of forwards who like to play the ball to each other and change of angle. I think that'll be the key for them. I think John Asiata will have to play 80 minutes tonight. He'll be the conduit between the forwards and the backs, and especially with Aidan Caesar, he'll try and get the ball out to him more often. I just feel the kicking game is really important. Jordan Rapana put a couple up, really helped Aidan Caesar. If he can do that more, Aidan Caesar will be freed up a little bit and have some more time on the ball.
It's been fascinating stuff so far. Kate Custer, we mentioned earlier, has gone off with a back injury. Jed Cartwright doesn't look like he's going to play any further part either. He's gone off with what looks like a hamstring injury. But tons of action, loads more to come. A cracking second half on the way very soon.
It's one-on-one for Hadley. Oh, it's too easy. It's too easy for Hadley. And Bentley will go running for the corner. Swan dive at the finish. I want to see that. How on earth did he do that? Bang. Here they go. Field support. Oh, goes the dummy. Try Wigan. In for Marshall. Marshall in. Brilliant finish.
Welcome back. Really, really looking forward to that one over the course of the weekend. Ryan Hall making his 500th career appearance as Leeds take on Wigan tomorrow. So much action going on. We start early doors with the Titans versus the Knights in the NRL. We've also got Castleford versus Catalans. And then on Sunday, we round off this week with Hull KR versus Leigh. Another really tasty tie. Super League keeps bringing it week after week here on Sky Sports. And the Sioux Tides are bringing it tonight. It's been a really entertaining first half. Wakefield really should be a lot further in front, but Hull FC still very much in this game with 40 minutes to play and so much exciting action, I'm sure, to come in this second half, Kevin Brown.
Yeah, and Hull FC are out early, whether that's because the coach has said enough, but if they can replicate the second half from the performance last week, then watch out, because they were sensational when they warmed up in the game. The first thing that they're probably hoping for is they get no more injuries, because they have been in the ward, obviously. Kane Cuss, Jen Cartwright, Liam Watts is heavily strapped up, so they're running low on troops. The boys out there, very competent set of men.
Yeah, the bench will be strongly tested in this second half. As you mentioned, Cape Cuss going off fairly early on, but Jed Cartwright on the stroke of time, half-time rather, with what looks like a hamstring injury, which is going to keep him out for the rest of the game. Brad Fash, I can see, has made his way onto the pitch. Fash, bash, crash. I'm sure that will be the case for this second half. Both sides out and just about ready then. And I almost feel like we should have an extra camera on John Cartwright, because some of the expressions that he comes up to say, that he wears his heart on his sleeve and shows his emotions.
I think the emotion in a coach is great. Last week he was doing a bit of a dance when the final whistle went, and rightly so. Got to enjoy the good times, because there's lots of times where you can't enjoy it. But he'll be hopeful that he's dancing again at the end of the game with another 2 points.
He loves it, and so do we. Wakefield then receiving the ball 20 metres from their own line. As Rennie Fantini is eventually brought down. McMeekan bringing it forward again. So many big lads on both sides here in this game, but Harvey Smith, one of the smaller ones, waiting at dummy half before another comes barrelling forward.
It's been a great battle, hasn't it, up front? They've both been getting stuck into each other.
Josh Griffin, and another one. It's Smith once more in towards Pitts. And the hits go in big and fast and furious, this time on Kai Rodwell. And he's lost the ball there in possession.
I think they might challenge this one.
Yeah, straight away, Kai Rodwell went straight over to Mason Leno and said we should challenge that.
We got a good look at that one, didn't we?
And sure enough, the referee is going to throw this one over to Liam Rush to make a decision.
Okay, we have a captain's challenge. Wakefield are challenging the ruling of a knock-on. So we'll play it through from this point. We can see that he's in possession here. So Watts looks to have his hand on the ball, so we'll carry on playing it through from this point. You can still see that Watts has his hand on the ball. And there is a clear reefing action of the ball, clearly pulls the ball out. The challenge is successful. It's going to be a penalty, ball steal.
Well, that's one for the scrapbook, because captain's challenges that come out in the favour of the captain are few and far between.
I've got a theory on that. I think it's when the front rowers get involved. That's when they go wrong. But Mike McMeekan, he's a different type of front rower, very smart front rower. And that's why they won that one.
Nothing to do with the fact that they got it right. Kai Rodwell knew immediately and motioned over that they should challenge it, and they have been successful, Wakefield.
I think it's a great rule, though, Fraser, because the referee can say, stop moaning at me, do you want to challenge it? No, we'll go away.
Here is Rodwell. It's certainly caused a lot of talking points as Smith gets it away to the left-hand side for Wakefield Trinity. They run out of space here, just up against the line. It's pushed over by Anthony. Here's McMeekan. McMeekan short, close to the line, getting closer and closer. 5 shirts in black eventually managed to bring him down. Smith waiting, looking, goes longer towards Leno, out towards Anthony.
That's a great tackle.
Short again. Wakefield knocking on the door in these early stages. A kick for the corner. John Stone is chasing after it. He can't quite get his hand on it to bring it down, and the ball goes out of play.
Yeah, and it was 7 tackles, because unfortunately it went in goal. From John Stone, he was onside that time, but the kick just didn't match the ability of John Stone there.
Quickly playing it, LFC, as Lewis Martin. The news coming in from the sidelines is that both Cust and Cartwright, as we suspected, are highly unlikely to return to the field of play. That's a massive blow for the Black Lights.
It is. It is, and the bench will be tested, and Herman SA on there at the minute. He will probably have to come out and do much bigger minutes. I don't think that'll be a bad thing for the Hull FC side, because he is that powerful.
They will be blowing some of the Hull players after putting in such a massive shift last week against Wigan. How much will it affect them? How much will be left in the tank after that Herculean effort? Asiata rolling it down the ranks before Zach Hardacre gets the kick away. Tom Briscoe goes chasing after it, tries to get it back into play, but can only get it straight into the hands of Tom Johnstone, who's come wrapping around all the way to the other side of the pitch before eventually he'll bring him down.
Yeah, it was a really important interception there from Johnstone. Tom Briscoe was looking to find Zach Hardacre, and now they've gone from bad to worse. And both sides have been guilty of this tonight, Fraser. Just being too eager, jumping off the line. It did look like Briscoe was going to find Zach Hardacre. Johnstone just comes back from nowhere, runs 50 metres sideways and wins his team a penalty.
Just a bit of game management that needs to improve on both sides, to be fair.
Yeah, discipline and smarts, and that'll be the disappointing thing for both coaching staff. Just not giving themselves a chance when they get in good areas.
Corey Hall with the run. As Harvey Smith waits behind him. Ashworth was getting his hands in there. Renif Anthony. From Wakefield.
Hold it. Ball two, better.
Smith again. Plays it short from Mason Lino.
Still two. Yep.
McMeekin, they're all swarming on him there. I thought there was a possibility maybe Hull FC are trying to feed him out towards that line again. Good work from Jay Pitts. Hands in the faces of those men in black shirts. Fash involved in the challenge. Referee says play on. Here's Harvey Smith. Smith going on his own here, Harvey Smith. Tackle count's been reset. It's Ollie Russell with chance here, trying to feed it through, and a smashing run is upended. We'll get another go. Smith out wide, down the right-hand side now for Wakefield, looking to go into the corner. Mason Lino! Mason Lino puts it down for Wakefield Trinity. The referee, though, wants to have a look and make sure. He says no try on the pitch. Once again, we have to get it sorted out by Liam Rush.
Okay, it's tackle two. We have on-field decision of no try. We're checking for obstruction in the build-up. We run through at this point. There's two lead runners. So McMeekin hits the outside shoulder of the Hull FC defender, who then goes to floor. Just see what happens after that. Okay, so Lino then uses the space adjacent to the block. So we'll just check, see if we've got any other angles on that. Anything that's going to show us anything else. So McMeekin needs to find space. He clearly hits the outside shoulder of the Hull FC defender, and the defence is then materially disadvantaged. We'll finish on this angle. So hits his outside shoulder, takes him out of the play, and the defence is then materially disadvantaged as Lino uses the space adjacent to get through the line. Thank you, I've made my decision.
Well, would you believe it? The third time that Wakefield Trinity have had a try chalked off.
And that's the correct call again. I think Mike McMeekin, you know, when you've got two runners running at one defender, they have to go on the outside shoulder. That plate, they call it a double up. They double up on a defender, which is Jordan Lane. One inside, one outside. And you just can't go into that space, Marcelino. Good call from the referee and the video ref. But disappointment again for Wakefield Trinity. So so close, but yeah, just the last little bit of detail, not quite sticking. 3 tries, bombed.
Well, you could see from that picture that Darryl Powell looked crestfallen. He can't believe it. 3 times it has happened, and 3 times chalked off. Liam Watts for Hull FC. Amir Burra now back playing at hooker as Brad Fash brings it to the 40-metre line for the visitors. Burra away again for Asiata, and a short ball for Aidan Caesar.
It's really strong, Aidan Caesar, when he does actually run the ball.
He's lost possession there.
Yeah, Mike Meakin gets one over on his opposite skipper.
Where do you want it, Mason?
Hull FC just at the minute, they just start in the second half the way they started the first half, giving up penalties, dropping the ball, and just inviting pressure from this Wakefield Trinity side. And at some point they will get it right. They've bombed 3 chances, but it is looking very promising. To keep giving them opportunities like this, Wakefield will take one of these.
The Hull FC leading something of a charmed life in this game.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3.
They've been led off the hook 3 times.
Shot clock off now. Call in, Mason. Out.
And Wakefield with a chance to go at them once again here now. Oh, as Corey Hall lets that one go.
I've already blown the whistle.
And he just took his eye off the ball for a second there, a millisecond.
Yeah, they've been really disappointed with that. There was nothing on. It was unforced. Corey Hall, much better player than that. You see, I think it's Ollie Russell just trying to drop him underneath. Probably throws it just a little bit below where he wants it, but a player of Corey Hall's ability catches that 99 times out of 100.
Aidan, this side.
Now will FC get a chance to finally build some possession and territory in the opposition half in this second half.
Yeah, they've been under the cosh so far. As you say, Kev, a very similar pattern to the first half, really. They got back into it in smart fashion, thanks to the juggling prowess of Herman Esse. Hardacre has taken the tackle. Burra will get it out to Briscoe, who gets a real big challenge in from Kai Rodwell there.
Goal 1.
Out to the left they go. Asiata's quick pass to Jack Ashworth. Shush gains another couple of metres. Burra away to his right-hand side. Caesar quickly for Rapana. And Wakefield just eyeing up the sideline again there to see whether they might be able to drag him out, but he was too far away. Fash in for a tackle, and Kai Rodwell goes straight in on him there.
Didn't miss.
Quickly taken away though by Burra. Asiata down the flank, little flick in from Caesar towards the corner. Lewis Martin going chasing after it, but he's run out of space and he's brought down. That's great defending again from Wakefield.
Brilliant defending. It was good vision, but the execution there by Caesar, just the kick was on the money. This is a better one.
He's gone for another. Up the heads go. It's all over the place this time. It looks like a knock-on from Asiata. Wakefield will get the ball back.
I think it's a turnover. You're right there, Fraser. And again, they get away with it. Looks like a really dangerous tactic for both sides. The kick into the corners. Some really good aerial threats for both sides.
Yeah, Rourke was the one who was chasing for it, but he ran into John Asiata there. There's Johnstone getting involved in big, heavy challenges as Smith. A quick ball into Antony.
He's been really impressive, hasn't he? Direct carry of the ball. Lots of offloads.
I was worried, I have to say, when I saw the team sheet, wondering whether Wakefield might be lacking a little bit with some of the forward power when you consider that Matty Staunton and also Isaiah Vanganar are injured and missing from this game, but they don't look like they've suffered at all, Wakefield.
No, definitely the pack have been very competent tonight, been very aggressive defensively. As you see the kick chased by the big front rower, who don't think's had much of a break in this game so far. Rodwell came through a mountain of work.
He's involved in everything at the moment, including this tackle. This Hull come away with it of Lewis Martin.
Just like to see Logan Moy really introduce himself into this game.
Big hand off there from Rapana. Straight into the face. Eventually, they get him away. Asiata. We're waiting behind him for the tackle to be complete, and now Asiata has lost it.
The captain's challenge. He's thinking about it.
Are they going to challenge this one?
I don't think Aidan Caesar said no. Put your ego aside, drop the ball, John.
Well,
it's
just a drop, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got to be better than that, John Asiata. There was a hand on the ball. But just going through a bit of a scruffy patch this game at the moment. A bit of fatigue setting in. One bit of brilliance will spark this crowd into life once again.
Plenty have made their way across from the other side of the M62. From Hull, they are here in big numbers, as you would expect. It's another sellout here at the DIY Kitchen Stadium. And it has been a terrific atmosphere for what's been an entertaining game.
He's really transformed the game day experience, Matt Ellis. It's a great carry by Cameron Scott.
Ooh, did he incorrectly play the ball there? He did. And the referee spotted it straight away and blew his whistle.
Yeah, it was a fantastic carry, but he undid all that good work, and the theme continues, Fraser. Just a really scruffy period in the game. Tries to play the ball, catches it on the front of his boot, doesn't roll back. Incorrect play of the ball.
Wow. Well, both sides doing their best to really try and give each other the opportunity here.
Yeah, you just feel whoever calms down and just gets through the sets and just a little bit more clinical can really go on and turn the screw on their opposition tonight.
Ashworth, and now Borough. Asiata. Again, post-contact meters. Getting a couple more out.
Yeah, well, the big fella's going to come on, and we can expect some post-contact meters from him. An SAS here.
Caesar goes down under the challenge. Borough waits. Here he is, the juggler. An SAS to the 10-metre line, and like you said,
so difficult to put to the floor.
Go 5.
Asiata, quick hands, little dabber kick forward. Chance here as Zach Hardaker went chasing after it, but Tom Johnstone had picked it himself perfectly in the right place.
Brilliant kick, brilliant chase, and brilliant from Johnstone as well. Opportunity now for Hall.
Hall got a big whack earlier on. He's getting some more treatment now. As Griffin comes away with it now for Wakefield.
Move all the way, Herman. Nice space, Josh.
Taking their time here, Hull, to try and keep Wakefield back. Kaya Svartili has joined the fray for Wakefield. Good work from Ollie Russell over the halfway line. Corey Hall trying to help him out as Hull try and bring him further and further towards his touchline. Played quickly from Smith as the ball goes high in the air. Captured well, Logan Moy.
Josh Rourke. Oh, they shot the ball. I think it was spilled.
Rourke it was who went in for it, and Fartili comes away with the loose possession. And Wakefield now suddenly see an opportunity. Harvey Smith tackled just short, and the Hull fans are going mad down below us. They weren't happy with that decision at all. Pitts gets it away to the right-hand side for Fartili. Fartili is close. Everyone at the back here as over the line. Almost Kai Rodwell, but he's held up just short. Smith waits, goes out towards Russell, in towards the left-hand side. Oh, and it's been dispossessed. Zach Hardaker will come away with it for the visitors.
And what a desperate bit of play there by Zach Hardaker. We mentioned how good he is in defence, and he needed to used every bit of fibre and sinew in his body to get that interception. Josh Griffin goes through the line, offloads the ball. Hull FC get themselves back off the canvas, just won't go away.
I tell you what, these two teams really have shown us everything they can tonight in terms of the effort and commitment.
And that's it, Fraser, effort and commitment, 10 out of 10 both sides. In terms of skill and execution, probably a little bit off where they will be once the grounds warm up, fields firm up. I'm sure the skill will get much better.
Another high testing ball, picked up well. Josh Rourke again. He's barely put a foot wrong in this game so far.
Well, I'd be really happy, Darryl Powell, how the young man's come in and replaced Max Jowett, the injured fullback, contributing to this team performance fantastically well so far.
Caleb Hamlin-Welly. Tackle just short of the halfway line.
Great shot.
A big one gone in on Kai Rodwell. We've seen some absolute crackers tonight, haven't we?
Wallop.
Bash the bash. My word, he lived up to it there. Let's have another look at this one. Bang. Fantastic stuff. That's well held again by Logan Moy.
Yeah, and it was important he came down with that one. Dropped the last one. Real confident take, wasn't it, from Moy there?
Just 19 years of age. And the world at his feet. What a future that young man probably will have.
Yeah, he was actually a hooker in the academy. The coaching staff, I think it was Simon Grix and his coaching team at the time, said, no, we like you as a fullback.
Briscoe pins his ears back and goes for the run. Eventually tackled though, and Rapinart gets it away for Asiata. Caesar again, chip and chase. Wakefield backpedaling at the moment. That's nicely held up by the home side.
Yeah, does well there, Ollie Pratt. Just need to be careful now, Hull FC, that they don't give any cheap gimmies now and a penalty and relieve that pressure. This is exactly what they need to do. Bend their back, stay on side and get stuck into this Wakefield side.
Wakefield need to make sure they don't make any more mistakes. Just keep hold of the ball, play out your set and see where you are. Here's Corey Hall. Another big tackle on him. He's coming for quite a lot of treatment tonight.
Yeah, he's got through a mountain of work, hasn't he? He's just been relentless in the middle of the field, the middle third. Almost see the groundsman will be open, the ball gets shifted out a little bit.
He won't be happy with the amount of damage that's been done in the central area. Logan Moy once again. As Hood goes in.
He's not the biggest, is he, Logan Moy, but really strong and direct. Wiry little character.
Martin. Briscoe. Still with plenty of running left in his legs at the age of 35. Willing and just pushing forward and just showing all of his experience there by trying to steal an extra couple of yards.
The referee weren't falling for that one, Tom.
Caesar.
Lovely.
Oh, lovely handoff for Ed Chamberlain. Chamberlain with some space down into the corner. Can Ed Chamberlain go all the way? Yes, he can. What a run from Ed Chamberlain. It was a superb little pass out to the left. Chamberlain saw the space and he gobbled it up into the corner. Ed Chamberlain puts Hull FC ahead. What a try.
What a try, Fraser. And we called for a little bit more expansion, and that's what we got. We got the link-up play from Asiata and Caesar. He digs right into Mason Lino and puts Ed Chamberlain through. And then he just goes, right, I'm going to take you on. Lewis Martin scored a very similar try last week when he went round Bevan French. And we'll have a great look at this from the reverse angle. He hits a great line, and then he just jogs on the spot and goes bang, puts his toe down, and puts his team in front for the first time in the game. 60 minutes in, 10 points to Hull, and 8 points to Wakefield.
Superb work from Ed Chamberlain. got in a little bit earlier into the game than he may have anticipated after that injury to Cade Cust. It's his first Super League try of the season, but as far as his career goes, he's scored more than 400 over the years. And as I said, he will bring an extra dimension to Hull's play.
Yeah, and he's another player that they recruited at the back end of last season from the Lee Leopards. And he's a very versatile player, really reliable off the bench today. You can see what it means to him. So much passion in this Hull FC side at the moment, and you can see what it means to them. Again, in front in the game, real big moment. Aidan Caesar just putting his stamp on this game once again. Real class from the Australian pivot.
He's really showing us some fantastic form, Aidan Caesar. Didn't have the best of spells when he first arrived in Super League, particularly at Leeds. Did very well at Huddersfield, of course. But then kind of went off the boil a bit, really. Spent last year at Wests. But back in Super League and back in terrific form. And a chance here to add a couple more, and he has done.
And I think he's thriving with the captain's armband. That leadership burden, well, it isn't a burden to Aidan Caesar. He's thriving amongst it. I've spoken to many of these players, and they tell me how good he is with the young players also. The first thing he's doing, he's leading by example, Fraser. When the chips are down, like tonight, that man John Cartwright will be really happy with his skipper at the moment.
4 points the difference then. And now it is Hull FC who have put their noses in front. Just over the hour mark here, and we've got a slight delay on the pitch. Not entirely sure what's happening.
Hi, mate. Yeah, stay focused, boys. Keep being
So
accurate.
it's the touchline judge that is just having his radio microphone fixed so that he can
Can you
speak
hear me, Ellis? Yeah, that's
to
better,
Aaron
mate.
Moore
Yeah.
and keep him fully up to date with exactly what's going on from his perspective.
Just thought I'd come.
Quick bit of running repairs.
They've been pretty good today. Let the game flow.
Oh, sorry,
They've
pal.
certainly been kept busy as far as the video
You're
ref
going right, Josh.
decisions are concerned with those
We're all
three
good now, boys, yeah.
tries that Wakefield have had disallowed.
And they look even more crucial now, don't they, Fraser? The first time they've gone behind in the match.
Darryl Powell will not be happy with the way that Wakefield have let those chances slip.
Move! Pair up now!
As Liam Knight goes down
Pull one, Liam,
under
one
the
to
challenge
side,
here.
that one.
Borough wanting to play it quickly into Asiata.
Move! Hold by! Pull two.
Down the right it goes. Here comes Fash. Lipana looked like he was going to go in for
Two together now! Hold
dummy
it.
half there, but Borough has made his way through. There is Asiata again.
He's been magnificent tonight. He's mixed his game up from carrying the ball and ball playing fantastically well.
Well, as a pairing, Asiata and Esse together.
Well, if there was a stat, Fraser, about how many times you stand up, he'd be leading the competition.
Yeah, the two of them have been absolutely sensational. Josh Walker's also had a very, very good game for Wakefield so far. As he brings it forward now, Mason Lino. John Stone. He is upended. Russell quickly.
John Cartwright came over with a real reputation of being a great defensive coach, and I think you can see the stamp on that all over this Hull FC team now.
Yeah, defensively, they've done a pretty good job, albeit aided and abetted by the video referee, Caleb Hamlin-Welly. And now Liam Hood. It's Russell hoist this one. Yet again, another tester.
Great take there from Tom Briscoe.
So many of those big high balls have gone through, haven't they? Lipana. Moy quickly for Lewis Martin. Fartili getting himself heavily involved in play now for Wakefield Trinity as Briscoe offloads a quick one. This is good work. Still going through. Jordan Lane, terrific run from him. Borough. Siata, another offload.
Watch out.
Yes, that does that. He's looking for it. Oh, and he's lost it. He's lost it.
Yeah, and he was looking for the offload, wasn't it? See, my theory's correct. Herman SASA, the big front rower, has challenged it.
Have another look at this one.
Tackle for Hull FC are challenging the ruling of a knock-on. So we can see the ball on this angle. There's two players affecting the tackle. Scott at that point then has his hand on the ball and pulls downwards on the ball. Just see if there's any other angles that could help us. So there's clearly two players affecting the tackle. Cam Scott makes a clear play to dislodge the ball. Just play it through on this last angle again. This is best one. So Cam Scott's affecting the tackle. He clearly plays at the ball and pulls it out. The challenge is successful. It's going to be a penalty, ball steal.
Well, they're on a roll.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, and a lot of times, if that captain's challenge isn't there, that's a dead set turnover. Wakefield ball, because he was looking to offload, but to the letter of the law, you can't strip the ball with two in.
Well, we saw in the early stages when captain's challenges were going in all over the place, they didn't get a single one, did they?
Yeah, I think they were a little bit too eager at first, wasn't they?
They're getting wise to it.
They are. They're using them wisely, and they've still got one up the sleeve. So, really important period of the game, this now. This is a really important decision because this gives a penalty to Hull FC, and now they get field position, 6 tackles, and if they can score again here and take the lead to 2 tries, it's going to be huge.
66 minutes gone. We're getting towards the closing stages of this game. Only 4 points in it at the moment. Hull FC in front. Herman SASA and Rapana trying to jink his way through the Wakefield defence.
Hold it, boys. Hold it.
Borough waits. Goes to his left for SASA again.
Still 2.
More post-contact meters.
Put together now.
10 from the line now. Hull FC. Borough goes to his right this time. Caesar quickly to Rapana and Fash trying to work his way to the try line. Zach Hardacre shouting the instructions this time as Borough goes out towards Asiata. Asiata close in, manages to get the offload away. Caesar out wide to the left flank for Chamberlain again. This time Chamberlain is caught short of the line. Quick hands again. Caesar goes once more for the corner, tries to get some sort of scrambling against that line, but once more Wakefield come up with the ball.
And once more Josh Rock, take a bow. He came from nowhere. That's an incredible leap and catch and really saves Wakefield. You can see Wakefield now are really feeling the pinch of this game, and they're there for the taking, in my opinion. If Hull FC can defend this set, I think Wakefield's energy levels have really dropped. Just watch this take though. Jumps up. Cracking catch.
The number of times the pendulum has swung in this game in favour of one side or another. It's terrific stuff. It's exactly what we want to see from an exciting game of rugby league, and that's exactly what we've had tonight. As Mason Lino hosts another one, but it's gone over this time, and Logan Moy delights as it goes over.
Yeah, and that's the fatigue element. When you're put in difficult positions over and over again, Mason Lino's tried to kick the lever off that ball. Logan Moy was in a fantastic position just to let it sail out on the full.
Followed it all the way, didn't he? Knew exactly what was going on there. Like you say, positioned himself perfectly. Here he is, in possession.
I'd like to see him out a little bit wider. Well, linking up with Caesar. Let the big boys do these carries.
Liam Knight, one of said big boys. Borough goes to his right for Rapana. Hardacre now. Tackled well by Caleb Hamlin-Welly. And Jay Pitts, as Borough again goes out to Asiata. Caesar once more, goes short this time. Aidan Caesar, as Jordan Lane tries to bring it out towards the 10-metre line, nearer the posts. Shoving off defenders as he goes. Borough, and the hands cut in there as Asiata almost getting his way through. It's Herman Ete. Close once more. Hull on the charge. Caesar dabs it forward, looking for Chamberlain, and over in the corner has gone Lewis Martin. Lewis Martin with a hat-trick against Wigan last week, and he's now scored a crucial try in this game.
What a fantastic partnership Aidan Caesar and Lewis Martin are building. 3 tries last week and 3 tries from Caesar, and tonight he created the try for Ed Chamberlain, and then he just brings the defensive line up beautifully well. But then the left-footed kick, well weighted, and Lewis Martin does what he's done all season, gets the ball down. And we said how crucial that kick out on the full could be. Get a watch of the reverse angle, beautiful kick. Can't underestimate how difficult that is when you've got defenders all over you. You've got to get it through the gap, but you've got to get the weight right. Fantastic execution, and it's Hull who have really took a stranglehold of this game now, Fraser.
Lewis Martin's 4th Super League try of the season, to add to the ones that he's got in the cup, most notably that hat-trick last week against Wigan, and he's proved to be a pivotal part of this game as well. He's another young player with a brilliant future in front of him. But how Wakefield will be ruining those 3 tries that were chalked off.
Yeah, we get to see it again. It's a beautiful bit of skill. It looked like he was going to pass it. There's still a lot of work to do there for Lewis Martin to get past his defender and get the ball down. When I came to this game tonight, I had a bit of a doubt on Hull FC. Could they replicate the feat last week? And how would they go in the latter stages of the game? But it's them who look like they're full of energy. And the Wakefield Trinity side, who look pretty depleted and deflated behind the sticks at the moment.
Caesar with the kick, and he's missed that one. But the bottom line is, it's an 8-point difference between these two sides with only 9 minutes remaining in this game. Lewis Martin, the try scorer for Hull FC. That's now his 10th try in all competitions so far this season. That's one more than he managed from the whole of last season.
Yeah, super talent. This may kickstart. They've gone for the short one, but this may kickstart now, Fraser. Well, a bit of razzle-dazzle from Wakefield Trinity.
It's all or bust now, isn't it? They have to score, and they have to score soon. But it's not going to happen if they're going to turn over possession like that. And
well,
as soon as I say that... Wow.
Tom Briscoe, so experienced, so safe normally. Just drops his lollies there. He really gives possession back. I was just going to say, you'll see the different side now to Aidan Caesar, the game management side. They're going to have to defend the line.
Well, Wakefield gifted an opportunity here.
1, 2,
8 points the difference, 8 minutes to go.
10 seconds, boys.
What have Wakefield got left?
You get the feeling they need a repeat set at the very worst off this one. The try would be just what they need.
Well, this is not what they need, as Liam Knight starts getting involved.
Okay, ball in, Ollie.
With Caleb Hamlin-Welly. Eventually they get binded, and Cameron Scott comes away with the ball.
Who then? Go 1.
Action stations now for Wakefield Trinity, as Mason Lino handing a nice ball off to Mike McMeekin.
Sticks again. Too slow.
Quickly,
Again.
Liam Hood. being pushed away, but a lovely offload. They've got a chance here. Oh, they have indeed taken the chance. And Cameron Scott from close range against his old club could well have put Wakefield back on track.
Yeah, he'll enjoy that one, the big man Cameron Scott. And Liam Hood, just really pivotal in terms of creating opportunities. He created the opportunity in the first half for Jack Croft, but then the offload was down the short side, and Cameron Scott, like you say, was at Hull FC for a long, long time. Gives them a massive opportunity still of winning this game.
No surprise that's not been greeted terrifically well by Hull fans underneath us.
Yeah, he had to show a lot of bravery there, get his head down and went in low. His head round knees and boots. The tricolours.
Crucial kick, this one, for Mason Lino. And it's gone just wide. So, 16-12 is the situation. There's a try in it.
Well, it was this stage last week when Hull FC picked the pocket of the Wigan Warriors. And can Wakefield do the same to them tonight? With 6 minutes or so to go, 4 points behind. They need a try. Expect Lino, expect Ollie Russell and expect Josh Raw to have a big say in the outcome of this game in the next 6 minutes.
Cam Scott played only 12 of 28 games for Hull last season, missing the second half of it with a calf injury. But very much proving a point in some ways against his former employers. Well, here we go, folks. Just over 5 minutes remaining in this game, and we are set for a grandstand finish. Hold on to your hats. Anyone fancy a golden point? We'll see. Plenty of life left in this one yet. Wakefield now with a little bit of momentum.
That's a great carry by Griffin. No marker set.
Nice ball out towards the right-hand side. It's McMeekin again, who once more has run his blood to water tonight. He's proving to be an absolutely terrific signing for Wakefield.
Yeah, whether he's in the middle, I think he's actually playing on the edge now.
Oof! Big challenge went in there. I think it was Kyle Rodwell who ended up taking it. Josh Raw comes away with the loose ball. Another nice hoisted high ball again. Another tester. Picked up well by Logan Moy and returned with interest now as he comes running into the middle before finding Renouf Anthony.
Yeah, real smart player. Didn't want to risk it around the touchline. Catches the ball, gets to the middle of the field.
Lewis Martin quickly again away to Oliver Russell. I've got to start giving you, Kev, the idea of thinking of a player of the match in this game. I think it's going to be difficult to pick one out.
Yeah, there's been plenty of candidates. And that one out by the big man, who's been sensational all night, Mike McMeekin. And that could be really crucial. Probably get the ball once, maybe twice maximum. Wakefield Trinity. They've got the job, the big job, defending their own line.
Rapana just going down under that challenge from McMeekin. Caesar then will get his team further down the pitch for another attack. Certainly don't get the feeling that with what, less than 4 minutes to go now, that they're in any mood to just try and defend this. Jordan Lane. Logan Moy quickly again for Asiata.
Real smart player, just tightening it up now, Asiata. With ball playing when they needed points. Now they don't need points. He's just slowing it down.
SCSA. 12 metres from the line. Borough once again. They're still in the mood to get more points on the board here with Hardacre. Hardacre running down to the right-hand side. He's kept hold of the ball though. That's the most important thing. As Corey Hall went in for the tackle along with Josh Griffin. Rapana once more to Asiata. Short ball taken in quickly by SAS, and they did well to bring him down there from the short distance. Borough, Caesar, who's been deadly on that left flank. Moy in towards Chamberlain. Chamberlain is brought down just short, but that's the end of the set, and that's job done as far as Hull are concerned.
Well, job done with 3 minutes to go. There's still a chance. They've put it in the worst possible position on the field. 100 metres to go. Good luck with that one, boys.
Actually meant in terms of making sure that they played out this set and kept Wakefield at bay. But Wakefield, I'm sure, will still have plenty to say in this last 2 and a bit minutes. But they have to find something special from somewhere. As Caleb Hamlin-Welly goes down in the tackle. What is left in the Wakefield tank? Pitts. Moving towards the halfway line now. A little bit quicker than this. As Ollie Russell, good hands down the left flank. Walk came in, and Johnstone going for the line, but it was forward. It was a forward pass.
You can almost put that one on as the form. It was a speculator pass from Josh Rock, and if it had come off, it would have been world class. But that, for me, is the game. Really unlucky there. They've left so many points out here tonight, Fraser.
They will be kicking themselves. Absolutely kicking themselves. They've come so close, and yet, having had 3 tries chalked off, and that, you could argue, as you say, Kevin, might have been a 4th.
Who's Josh off the ball now?
Now, with a minute to go, you'd expect Hull FC just to roll the sleeves up, really slow the play of the balls down, get through this set.
Time for you then, Kev, to name your player of the match. Very, very difficult decision, but who is it that you're going to go for?
Yeah, some real standouts on both sides. John Asiat has been fantastic. Aidan Cedars led from the front, but for me, Betfred player of the match, Herman SASA, just been absolutely sensational with ball in hand, scored a try. He's here again now on the ball, and expect him to be a difficult ass to put to the floor. He's stood up so many times, stands up once again. He's been terrific.
I can't argue with you on that. Aidan Caesar. One last kick in towards the corner to put a bit of devilment in the Wakefield defence. As Josh Rock did well to hold on to it and stay in play under fierce pressure. High ball here for Corey Hall to go chasing after. And the whole defence again, this time in the force of Tom Briscoe. Will bring it through. There goes the hooter as Griffin is wrapped up in the tackle. And the Hull FC players celebrate. It's another win for them. Again, they came from behind. They were under massive pressure. Wakefield had 3 tries chalked off. But it is the black and whites who are going away with the 2 points.
And it was full of guts, character, resilience, never say die attitude. A little bit of luck as well tonight, with a couple of offside decisions and 1 crossing decision. But to a man without key personnel, with more injuries in the game, they've really stood up to get a victory, a hard-fought victory, and back up a sensational cup victory last week. And they go above Wakefield in the table for the first time in 2025.
Well, as you say, guts, hard work, and coming back from adversity. We mentioned it during play. Had that been the situation last season, the Hull FC side could well have capitulated, but yet again, they come back from adversity. They have found some real team spirit, which they need to try and keep hold of and harness for the rest of the season.
And if anything, in being really critical, they need to